Conversations with Nicole. Let's talk about it. Tell me all about it. I'm here. I want to know what's on your mind. Ooh, the world needs to hear from you, and I'm so glad to have a conversation to reach the nation. And it's all about you. We'll help each other to discover innovative ways to positively change the world. Let's talk about, let's talk about, yeah. Let's talk about conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. I am Nicole Everett, your host. And Conversations with Nicole is a talk show based in Tallahassee, Florida, focused on connecting the community through conversations. And today is what I call Mindset Monday, which is an opportunity for you, me, and my guests to chat about something interesting and intriguing. And tonight, my very special guest is very near and dear to my heart, Dr. Monica Hayes. And we're going to be talking about it's never too late to reinvent yourself. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. Ooh, she's got a story, and we all do, but she has got a story about reinvention and persistence and resilience and just moving forward. And I think this is going to be a very encouraging conversation as we talk about her journey, and hopefully her journey will resonate with yours because again, we all have stories and we all go through things. But it's going to be great. So before I bring her on, though, I need to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. Your comments, your questions are very much so welcome. This is an interactive live, and so we fully expect to hear from you. So please like, please share, please tag a friend and let them know they need to be on here. So I see a few of you kind of joining us, but hopefully we'll get you in the comments. But I'm gonna go ahead and share Dr. Monica's bio so we can go ahead and jump into this conversation. So Dr. Monica Hayes is a consultant in education, health, and mental health. She holds a doctorate in education from the University of Phoenix, a Master of Arts in Teaching from the University of Vermont, and a Master's in Clinical Social Work from the University of Connecticut. During the early days of COVID, she expanded her skills by earning a certification in aromatherapy, and she does a fabulous job with that, might I say, and is currently completing advanced certification to teach aromatherapy. She is also bilingual and bicultural in Spanish, enriching her work with a broad cultural perspective. In addition to her professional work, she is a writer of erotica since 1993. Her first book, Pure Pleasure, in 2020, is a collection of erotic interludes written from a woman's perspective. And her second book, Tell Me How You Like It, Because I Want to Please You, in 2024, challenged her to explore a man's perspective. So I'm going to insert this right here. So on Wednesday, we have Sonia B on, let's see, Thursday is National Oral Sex Day. So Dr. Monica may want to come back on and be, talk to us about some of that. At any rate, so most recently she completed her fourth book, Your Mind, My Playground, a tribute to the imagination, and her writing is unapologetically graphic, immersing the reader in a moment with the intent of evoking authentic feelings. I'm not going to get into, her encounter, but she did have a pretty serious accident, and I'm going to let her tell us more about it. But this conversation about it never being too late to reinvent yourself focuses not only on her recovery journey, but also on how her past experience of growth, learning, and creative exploration have equipped her with the tools to navigate this new chapter of life. And we can all relate to that. So y'all help me welcome Dr. Monica Hayes.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. So, Dr. Monica, tell the people, who is Dr. Monica? Not what you do, but who are you in your own words?
I'm a woman.
Mhm.
I am a daughter of sorts. I'm a mom to two wonderful, wonderful children, a grandmom to two. I'm a teacher. I'm a therapist. I'm an aromatherapist. I'm a person. I'm an advocate. I'm a warrior.
All right. I love that. Come on, warrior. Oh man, that's great. I love it. I love all of that. And yes, you are all of those things and more. Absolutely. So a few folks have joined us. So I want to acknowledge them. Sonya B is in the house. Hey,
Hi.
ladies. Hey. And Dr. Shairi Turner Davis. So proud of you, Monica. Thank you for being here. All right. So we got some friends in the house. Love it. Love it. Love it. So I think we should probably just kind of start with your encounter. Because
Okay.
our topic, of course, is it's never too late to reinvent yourself.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I have been an educator, a teacher, and a clinical person for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working, providing clinical services for children at 3 schools when in February of this year, I was driving on 90 and a woman was coming out of a gas station and ran me off the road. She said she didn't see me.
Mm.
Unbeknownst to me, I didn't go forward in the encounter. I went off jarringly to my right.
Mm-hmm.
It took about a month, and I was finally diagnosed with a concussion.
Wow.
And subsequently, headaches, dizziness. I was advised not to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And because I chose to be represented by counsel, doctors in Tallahassee didn't want to see me.
Mm.
Even the Mayo Clinic said they didn't see people who were represented by counsel, and
Mm.
so they wouldn't see me. So it's taken a very long time to try and get treatment for the symptoms that I have
Gotcha.
because I'm eager to get back to the things I do.
Right.
But one of the issues that came up was that clinical work is very stressful, and
Hmm.
that for my brain to heal, because the MRI showed that there were more than 20 tears on both sides of my brain, that
Wow.
in order for me to recuperate, I needed to have a significantly less stress in my life.
Gotcha.
And it became clear to me that although the work is work that I love,
Mm-hmm.
it was important for me to make the decision to stop that work so that I could work on myself.
Right.
I got to a place of saying, if my brain isn't right, the rest of me doesn't matter. And
Mm-hmm.
so I resigned my full time job. And it was very interesting because, when you have a full time job, you think about the salary, the money that comes in regularly.
Right.
And when you're not going to do that, it becomes, well, what else am I going to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Living on Social Security is just not enough. And so that's where the whole idea came to me about trying to share with your folks that all of the experiences in my past life, my years as a teacher, my years as a clinical social worker, the traveling that I've done, the skills that I've developed, I can now learn how to monetize things that I love to do that aren't stressful for me to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Making the blends are fun
Mm-hmm.
and in many ways nourishing for me
Yeah.
as I help either to nourish or to relieve pain, those kinds of things for other people. Those things bring me joy,
Yeah.
not stress. And so I'm not the educator in the traditional sense. I'm not the
Mhm.
clinician in the
Right.
way that I was. But in this new chapter, I'm using the skills from a lifetime
I like that.
to further develop this new person. The
Mhm.
doctors say that, I'm going to be different. My brain is learning new pathways. It's not that the tears are going to heal as much as my brain is going to develop new ways of communicating with the different parts of me. And so
Mhm.
in a way, I'm scared to death. I'm
Yes.
excited.
Mhm.
Um, I wrote a good part of Your Mind. What was it? Your Mind, My Imagination. No, Your Mind, My Playground,
Mhm.
because I was thinking about how much of what we do starts with the imagination.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
get an idea and then you have to develop it. And so when you're dealing with sensual, sexual things, it doesn't start in your feet, it starts in your mind, it starts
Right.
in your imagination.
Mhm.
And so it took longer for me to write it because I couldn't spend lots of time because of the headaches that I still get. But
Yeah.
I tried to write every day, even if it's a little bit every day. And I finished it, and that was major and wonderful, and so I don't feel like I don't have purpose. I no longer feel like I can't do the things I love to do. I'm going to be doing them differently,
Yeah.
and that makes the difference.
It absolutely makes a difference in your thoughts, your perceptions, your perspective about it is helping to shape it as well, right? Because you could take oh, woe is me because I can't do the things that I'm used to doing or I used to do. Um, and
Well,
go
I
ahead.
need to say that initially I felt sorry for myself.
Mhm.
Initially, because my brain has always been so important to everything that I did,
Yeah.
that to hear that it was in trouble and
Mm,
that the advice that I was given was do nothing.
mm,
Don't do anything. You can't drive, don't read, don't watch TV, just rest.
mm,
And I did that for a bit. And
mhm.
then I thought, I've got to be able to do some other kinds of things. I've even if it's a little bit every day,
Right.
because I'm feeling like a vegetable,
Mhm.
and I don't want to be a vegetable.
Yeah.
So I kind of pushed
Mhm.
myself that even with a headache, even with the dizziness, I started chewing gum because the gum helps me when I'm dizzy.
Okay.
And I find that there's a price. I'm not going to lie. The headache can sometimes get to be really bad, but
Yeah.
I feel that if I'm doing something
Mhm.
purposeful, that's what's important.
Yeah.
I do my best. Self-care is so important. I
Mhm.
make sure I rest when I need to. And my friends, our friends, our sister friends
Mm,
are amazingly wonderful and supportive. And so I'm not going through this by myself. I'm
right.
not. I'm really not.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of curious as to what comes out on the other end of this journey, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Um,
So we got lots of comments. Tracy Gole just joined us. Thank you for being here, Tracy. My sister Shayla is here as well down in Miami. Thank you for being here. Kiki Lee says, so
oh,
proud of you, Dr. Hayes. Yes. Thank you for
she's
being
amazing.
here. She is.
She is amazing.
Warren Cave is on. Thank you for being here, Warren. He said, I'm going to continue to pray for you, my friend. This is already moving me with compassion. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, thank you.
He said, nuggets, those things bring me joy, not stress, using skills from a lifetime. Yes, using the skills of a lifetime. I thought that was the mic drop right there. Develop in our imagination sounds like Genesis chapter 1. Nice. Miss Gloria is here. Thank you for being here, Miss Gloria. And Enigma Sep, he said, I love this. Reminds me of my wife's decision to change her career. Now, you and I talked a little bit about that, specifically during the pandemic, how a number of people changed their careers. They left jobs that they have been in for quite some time and thought it would be a good time to reset or explore maybe passion positions or just a totally different vocation from what they have done before, right? I heard about, lawyers becoming chefs or photographers or, doing something else totally that they didn't go to school for or what have you. Maybe it was something that they were doing part-time or just something that they just really had a desire to do. And now they're doing very well at these new vocations. So again, it goes back to our topic, which is it's never too late to reinvent yourself, right?
Well, God works in strange ways. When COVID hit, I had signed a contract with FAMU to teach, but they had to close the university, and so there was no contract.
Yeah.
And so I took a risk, and I took some money from savings and went back to school. And that's when I got certified as an aromatherapist, because it's been an interest of mine for years, but I was making it up as I went along. And I said, I want to know the science. I want to know more about it. So when I make a blend, it's not from guessing, but that I'll know the science. I'll be able to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so it was an unfortunate thing that in effect nudged me to do something different, because when you aren't making money, you end up thinking, well, what else can I do? And so I thought, well, I can get this certification and then I can make blends and sell them. So
Very, very true. Shairi, she said, do what you love and the money will follow.
Please, God.
What she said, from the comments to God's ears, right?
Hope so.
Yes. That's one of my mantras, actually. Focus on the hustle, which is what you love, and
Yes.
the flow will follow. So
Yes.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
You have to have faith, I think. You have to have faith. You have to trust in the goodness of the people around you. You say your prayers, and I guess I believe that what I'm doing continues who I have been as a helping person.
Yeah.
And so it allows me to continue in some different ways to do those things.
Absolutely.
So fingers and toes and lots of prayers.
Absolutely. So tell me a bit about, I know you said it's scary. So tell me about that. Like what's that experience like for you?
I've worked all of my adult life. And so the idea of not having designated income, I mean, I have Social Security, but as anybody can tell you, you can't live on Social Security. And so the whole idea is I have a small savings. And so it's scary to think about, I need to make this work before this runs out, and I had been, no, I don't want to say it like that. I was under the impression that as a result of the accidents, there would be settlements. So I felt those would be the underpinning that would support me. But the first accident was a year ago, June.
Oh, wow.
And we're not there yet.
Yeah.
And in that accident, I tore something in my left shoulder, and I have a hole in the rotator cuff in my right shoulder, and my patella tendon was inflamed.
Oh, wow.
And so with this second one in February, now it's the brain. So I need to know that, and that's where the faith comes in.
Yes.
I am much better functioning, serving, sharing
Mm-hmm.
than living on the street.
Yes.
And so my faith lets me hold on to the belief that these things are going to materialize, not necessarily in my time,
Mm-hmm.
because we learned that, but I'm just hoping, God hurries up and moves things along.
Yes, ma'am. Sonia said, "Faith and trust are the cornerstones."
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How do
Yes.
you build those cornerstones? How do you how do you how do you exercise or massage those or build those up?
My grandmother lived to be a month shy of 95.
Mm.
And she read the Daily Word every day. She listened to Oral Roberts. She listened to Jimmy Swaggart. She listened to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but she lived what she was hearing. Grandma didn't talk against people. She didn't say bad things about people. She lived a life of good and caring. And so I just always say, I want to be like her.
Mm.
And Grandma had faith. Her favorite prayer was to the little flower. Little flower, please show your power at this hour.
Mm.
And so when I'm at my most afraid, I can't find my keys. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how I'm going to get in the door,
Mm.
or the car won't start
Mm-hmm.
when I was driving. It was the little flower that I would turn to.
Mm.
I keep a picture of her on my watch. She's on my vanity. So as I'm painting my face every morning, she's there with me.
Yeah.
And I just remember the steely faith that she had, that
Mm.
we all saw it. And so I want to be like her. And that means I have to believe, I have to have faith, I have to trust.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do.
Yeah.
I do.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I was just talking about this wonderful woman, Miss Marva Butler, who is my son's grandmother. Thank you for being with us, Miss Marva, down in Miami. Appreciate you. So you said quite a few things, and I would love to hear from the viewers if you all don't mind sharing. Have you all had the experience of having to reinvent yourselves, having to, do something new that you weren't anticipating, having to maybe do what you love when you were told that that thing that you love wasn't going to make any money? We hear that often about artists, right? That, oh, you're going to starve. Nobody's going to buy that book or that painting or pay for those songs or for you to sing or whatever the case may be, right? So have you all found yourselves where you've had to reinvent yourself? Let us know. It could have been during the pandemic. It could have been as a result of some sort of encounter where your health has failed you, or you've had a shift in your physical and or mental capabilities. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. So I will share that I have had to shift and I am shifting currently, right? And so just maintaining that positive mindset as it relates to what I'm going to do from a vocational standpoint
Mm-hmm.
to sustain myself. And I wholeheartedly understand and agree with it being scary.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trusting and believing that
Mm-hmm.
everything is gonna work out and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have kinda historically been a 9 to 5 office type person, and I definitely had that shift during the pandemic of, working remotely. And I feel like that definitely aligns with who I am from a community standpoint and the things that I do in community, which I do believe is important work. And so that brings me a lot of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Like today I got a request for um, somebody looking for counseling for a 4-year-old little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was able to reach out to my network, and the person who I thought was going to be able to serve them was not able to, but gave me some other resources to share,
Good,
And
good.
so that's like, to me, that's what it's all about,
Yeah, it's a wonderful feeling to know you've helped somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yes.
it's
All right.
powerful.
Yeah. So my mom just joined. Thank you for being here, Mom. Love you down in Miami. And Sonia B, thank you for sharing. She said, I had to reinvent myself after my husband passed in 2009. And I knew I wasn't going back to work after we owned our own business. I had to pivot and do what I really wanted.
Mm.
Bingo. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So, yeah, that can be, that can be difficult, especially if
Yes.
you are thinking things are going to be a particular way, and,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a shift, right? Something happens where it's not going to be that way. And you
Right,
have to, I know we heard shift and pivot more than we ever thought we would ever hear those
right,
words in 2020, right? And
right.
so, yeah, the pivot is real, the shift is real, but you got to
Got to
change.
do it.
Yeah, you got to do it in order
Got
to
to
survive.
do it.
Right? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Shairi, she said, but let's pause for a moment to acknowledge that child is 4. Yes, 4 years old. 4 years old and some traumatic experiences. So,
Mm-hmm.
definitely praying that she gets the care that she needs, as well as her mother who is caring for her. So, thank you for that.
There's so many like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
our children are having a very difficult time.
They are. And I know that's where your heart is, because that's
Yes. Yeah.
serving, right?
I
Mm,
miss it.
I
I
do.
I miss it. But you know, if my brain isn't right, I can't do all these things that I love to do. And
Yeah.
and so it was, I mean, and I can use my clinical skills as I work with people
Hmm.
with aromatherapy. But I'm not the therapist. I'm just using knowledge and information.
Hmm.
But when I think of the kids that I've worked with and that I wanted to continue to work with,
Yes.
that was tough. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
that was tough.
I know. I know.
And Kiki was really helpful because she understood
Hmm.
what it was going to mean for me, and she was very supportive, very helpful throughout that whole thing. And um, initially I was able to work part-time,
Hmm.
but even that, and it was during the summer,
Yeah.
even that was really, because when you're in a bureaucracy, you not only do the work, but then there's the paperwork and the all this other stuff.
Hmm.
And it was stressful.
Yeah.
And so I worked it out, and she was the first person that I called, and she was very supportive. And so
That-
that's why I'm saying that, you know, Dr. Turner is another one that has
mhm.
been very helpful to me.
Yeah.
And I've made some new friends
Mhm.
as I have done more with the writing, and I've met Sonia, and she's
Mhm.
an absolute delight. And so she and I are having fun getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, God works in strange ways.
Mhm.
I'm not doing work that was so important to me, but I'm getting a chance to do some different work.
Yes.
that's becoming even more important to me now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, it's like it's another chapter, another life.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to put the fearful part behind me so I have the energy for the exciting part,
Yes.
because I need the energy.
You do. You do.
you know,
To get the things done that you want to do. So I
you
get
have to have the energy.
you
So,
do. Absolutely. So we are a little more than halfway through our conversation. So for those of you who are just tuning in, I'm talking to Dr. Monica Haynes, and we have been talking about it's never too late to reinvent yourself. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. A few folks have mentioned some ways that they have reinvented themselves. And thank you for that. But I'm also curious around, we can get caught up in the money, right? And you talked about using the skills of a lifetime. Maybe those things that we probably never would imagine that we are using, but we having to maybe monetize those things, right?
mhm,
Or
mhm,
barter those things, right?
mhm, mhm,
To get some of the things that we need or desire.
mhm.
And so what's that been like for you?
Well, I started learning Spanish when I was 15.
Mhm.
And so Spanish has just been integral to who I have become in terms of language and history and culture. And so the idea of creating some classes, lots of people travel.
Mhm.
And so I've thought about developing some Spanish conversation classes so that I can offer classes for folks who are going to travel and do, I think so often people learn the language, the structure, the grammar, the vocabulary,
Mhm.
and then you try to have a conversation with them and they can't put two words together. So
Yeah.
I want to focus on conversation, not on structure.
Okay.
And I think I can make it fun. And
Mm.
so I want to do that. Um, Phyllis Watson gave me an opportunity when I was at FAM to teach intensive English.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I learned about intensive English is that a lot of our American born students need intensive English as well. And
Okay.
so I'm thinking that that's something else that I could do for kids who are struggling with writing, with creative thinking.
Mhm.
Um, I'd love to be able to do that. So if I think about how far back those passions go, that
Mhm.
I've continued to develop and to keep in touch with those worlds as I've added new skills and new worlds.
Mhm.
That's why I say it's the skills of a lifetime.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. My first Spanish teacher taught us 20 sentences every day.
Oh, wow.
And so I was talking before I could think about conjugating verbs. I was using them without knowing that's what I was doing, but it was a conversation. And
Mhm.
so that kind of drives how I tend to teach
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that there are people who had leadership skills and didn't necessarily take advantage of it, didn't acknowledge it,
Mhm.
who could speak, who could write,
Mhm.
who can run for office, who can become officers in a club
Yeah.
of sorts. I mean, I think we tend to think leadership is a dirty word or you're being boastful. That's not so.
Yeah.
That's a strength, it's a skill, and you share it, and people stretch and grow as a result of it.
Mhm.
So I would encourage people to look in the mirror. Who do
Yeah.
you see? What are the things that you're good at that maybe you don't talk about?
Mhm.
It may not have anything to do with your day-to-day 9 to 5, but when you're doing, whether it's gardening or working on cars, or my dear friend Gloria worked in management in New York, and she came here, and first she was doing a dewdrop in, and then she was doing stuff at the downtown market. Now
Yeah.
she's a ceramicist, and
Mhm.
she's engaging in creating things that speak to ancestry.
Yes.
I mean, hello.
I love it.
She epitomizes what I'm talking about. And it's just being around people who have similar spirits,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm. I do.
So
So that actually lends itself to my question around community. Like, how important is your village, your tribe, your community, the folks that you, as you just stated, your spirits kind of connect or align, right? How
mhm.
important is that for you?
It's interesting, my daughter is very protective.
Mm-hmm.
And she would give anything for me to pack up and move to where she is, 5
Yeah.
hours away.
Yeah.
And I keep telling her that my core, my tribe is here, my
Yeah.
sisterhood is
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And I had occasion to have a birthday party, and she saw the gathering, the
Mm.
loving, caring
Mm-hmm.
essence, and she said, "Mommy, all right, you can stay here a while longer."
Love it.
She, because she wants to be where she can get at me if something
Oh,
happens.
sure. I
And
get
I keep saying to her, "But I can call.
it. Right.
I can, but her love for me is just different. It's all encompassing. She wants to be around for all of it. My son is the translator, of social language and things, and he's not the emotional one. He's teaching me as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
But she wants to mother me
Yes.
now.
Yes.
And I keep saying I'm old, but I'm not there yet. I'm still Miss Independent. I'm not there yet.
I got
So it's interesting.
I got you. I got you. All right. We got a couple folks that just joined us. Dr. Edward Williams, thank you for being here. And Miss Donda Tillman, both are here in Tallahassee. Thank you for being here, Donda. So, yes, community tribe is important. I'm glad that
Absolutely.
you definitely have that here. And those folks that you can depend on. Oh, and Miss Teresa Nix has just joined us. Thank you for
Hey,
being.
baby.
All right.
And everybody needs a Mary. Mary. I mean,
Mary.
there are just so many. Mary Howard, when I said I was going to do the downtown market, she said, "Girl, you can't sit there by yourself."
Oh,
Mary,
okay.
Mary went almost every single Saturday with me,
Yes.
and she just everybody needs a Mary.
Mm,
Mary Howard.
nice. Nice.
Gotta
Nice.
put
Nice.
Mary Howard in there.
Okay. Well, we speak your name, Mary Howard.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Miss Squeaky Miller just joined us as well. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So I I also wholeheartedly believe in community and their support while we
Hmm.
are reinventing ourselves, right?
Hmm.
They can encourage us along the way. They can I saw something today that a pastor that was talking about being grateful for your friends that can check you and that can cover you,
Hmm.
right? So that's important. Um, I think for the sake of our conversation, that it would be also, kind of helpful for our viewers to think about those things that you have said, especially around things that you may do, these skills of a lifetime, right? That you may have not have thought of as something that you could monetize or barter or what have you. But we all have a plethora of skills,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
That maybe we need to sharpen a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Do a little more cooking or sewing or gardening or whatever it is, right?
Hmm.
Do a little more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really does bring you joy to do those
Mm-hmm.
things, right?
Mm-hmm.
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 My little sister friend, Tiffany
Mm-hmm.
uh, Lewis,
Yeah.
she is an amazing young person who happened to bump into me at the downtown market and understood that I was interested in developing, you know, more presence in social media.
Mm-hmm.
And she just sort of knelt down next to me and she started giving me ideas and things. And I can
Mm-hmm.
help you with this and I can help you with that. And she has just been an amazing support. And sometimes, I want to say sometimes it involves money because I feel like I owe her. And
Mm-hmm.
when I can, I do.
Right.
Other times she'll say, well, you do this for me and I'll do this for you. So when you were asking about bartering, sometimes that does come into it as well.
Yeah.
But it's because her heart is so open
Mm-hmm.
that she thinks that way.
Yeah.
You know, there are, we talk about sisterhood, but there are two
Mm.
new people in my life. Coach Macon,
Okay.
who I met through Mary Howard.
Mm-hmm.
And the day of the first accident, I thought, who can I call? And I said, Coach is driving around here somewhere. And I called him and
Mm.
he came.
Nice.
And he is somebody that I know watches out for me. And I had some trouble with a car and he called his friend Carlos and
Mm.
Carlos came and fixed my car. And when I said, well, what do I owe you? He said, I don't know. And I said, listen, I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to judge this. And so
Yeah.
he gave me an idea and I said, okay, but he too is somebody that I could call if there's something going on around the house. And so as a person living by myself,
Yeah.
that is an amazing blessing
Yes,
that
it is.
these two who they're not asking for anything.
Right.
They just are people who believe in helping,
Yeah.
and God bless them.
Yes. God bless them.
God bless them.
God bless them. Indeed. So I'm trying to get these viewers involved. Do you all have any people like that in your life? Let us know in the comments. Do you have any of these God sent folks that are just wanting to help you out? Just because. Let us know. Let us know. I see Brother Quasi has joined us out of Atlanta. Thank you for being here. Um, yeah, those are like angels.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good word for them.
Yeah,
Angels.
like angels. Like
You have a
angels.
shy audience tonight.
They are a little shy, but it's okay.
Mm,
Maybe they typing. It's okay.
okay.
So again, we are talking about reinventing yourself. It's never too late. Um, I think too, Dr. Monica, you are an amazing woman.
Mm.
Um, you know, approaching your octogenarian years, right?
It's close.
Very, very close.
Yes.
But still wanting to very much so live and do and be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that is the important thing that I really want people to get out of this is that, it's never too late.
No.
It's never too late.
There is life
Hmm.
if you want it. When I write the erotica, in part, it's because I want people my age to know it's everything works.
Look, it's
And if
not
it,
over.
and if it doesn't work, you use your extra things, and we'll have a conversation, and I'll help you out. But it's there if you want it. There's no sense in time that says it's all over. That's just not true.
Yeah.
Backaches, knee aches, all those things, we can work around those things. And
Mhm.
I think couples that trust each other, that talk to each other, can work it out.
Yeah.
And I I want, because I hear from so many women who are tired, who don't put the time in, and then we wonder, people stray.
Yeah.
You know, or men who have issues and they don't want to deal with it, so they're not offering what they could. And if we could put those two together and work it out, joy, joy, joy. I tell people, because I do these creams that you can use on your feet. And I say, well, you do his feet and he'll do your feet. And when you know, get quiet, nice things happen.
Right. Dr. Monica is talking in code, y'all. She's trying to be nice. She's trying to be polite for my viewers, but y'all look, y'all tune in Wednesday. She'll have more to say then. Oh my goodness. All right. Shairi, believing in abundance. Yes, love it. Kiki, yes, I'm blessed with an amazing village. Love it. Yes, that village is so important. Quasi, my God sent has been you, Nicole. At times, example, family last football home game when you and Cherie helped me get my lemonade line down to a manageable number. Again, thanks. Our pleasure, Quasi. That's what friends do. They help each other out. So our pleasure. All right, we got Alethea in the house. She said, right, Nicole, that cold talk is real. Yes, it is. But we know what she's saying. We know what she's saying. So, what would you tell somebody that is considering either a new vocation or charting a new path, that is hesitant, that is scared, afraid, fearful, lacking confidence? What would you tell them? What advice would you give to them?
A long time ago, when we were kids, we learned about, you know, the pros and the cons, and you write it down. And I think if you can articulate the positives and you look at the negatives, you'll generally find there are more positives than negatives. And if you can then think through how the positives can help remove the negatives, or you can say, I know people who can help me through the negatives. I'm going to give you a very personal example.
Okay.
My friend Gloria has always said, don't worry about food. I'll make sure you have food. And so when you have people in your corner like that, she's not saying she's going to pay my bills, but she's saying we'll help you sustain yourself. You know, that's one thing you're not going to have to worry about.
Yeah.
And so as you begin to knock off the reasons not to, energy comes, courage comes, and then you got to pray. You got to have a belief system that says, I'm a good person, God loves me, and I'm going to do this because it's a good thing to do.
Yeah. Very, very well said. Very well said. Squeaky, I'm thankful for my village of angels. They show up every time. Beautiful. That's got to make you feel good. And Kiki said you will have to do an after dark show. Wednesday. Wednesday. I have Sonya B on. I'll tell you what the topic is at the end, but Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Wow. No, that's great. So, you know, you talked about folks that basically have your back maybe for a particular piece of living, right? To help sustain you. You talked about, again, the faith, prayer, believing in a higher power than yourself.
Sure.
And then the pros and cons, and you probably, like you said, are going to find that there are way more pros than there are cons, right? More
Yes,
positive than there
absolutely.
are
More
negative.
positive.
Mhm,
Because, we're often not honest with ourselves about our strengths because we think that's pride or we
mhm.
think that's ego, and those are bad things, but they're not.
Yeah.
If you say, you know what, I'm the one that they call to do the introductions, or I'm the one they always ask me to do, well, there's a skill there.
Mhm.
Give it a name,
Yeah.
promote it, develop it.
Mhm.
It's God's gift. It's there.
Yeah.
You know, I just think we have to take a different look at skill sets. We have to take a different look at the things we do that we do well, that we're comfortable doing,
Mhm.
um, and give ourselves permission to risk,
Mm.
because it is a risk. I can't lie. It is a risk. It is scary as the devil, but but all the other things, the faith, the community, the sisterhood, the belief in oneself, all
Mhm.
those things come together,
Yeah.
you know? Um, and like I said about Gloria, I know I'm not going to be hungry.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I, it'll take a while, I'm sure. And there'll be good days and bad days, but I got to keep going. It's
Gotta
what
keep.
I want to do.
Yeah.
And it allows me to stay purposeful, to
Mhm.
stay doing the things I'm good at, doing the things I love to do, and allowing the rest of me to heal so that I can. Grandma lived to be a month shy of 95. I want to pass her.
Okay, come on.
I want that. So
Now, do you mind sharing your age?
I'm 78.
Mm. All right.
I got a ways to go.
Okay. So 95, here you come.
95 plus.
Okay, 95 plus. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please, Lord.
Yeah.
I
Yes, ma'am.
got things I want to do.
I got it. I got it. We are clear on that. Okay. She got things she wants to do, y'all.
Right. I want more toes to curl.
Mhm. There she
I
go.
couldn't help it.
All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Squeaky, yes. Hashtag nice things. Okay. And Old Town Boy said there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. You're right. Recognize the skill and be confident in it. Believe in the gifts God has endowed. Your work is not arrogance. Yes.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed. 100%.
Yep. Kiki Lee, confidence, not arrogance. We must embrace our God given talents. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. And my sister is saying, oh, to your toes curling. And Teresa, she got her hand on her head. Like,
She knows me.
I know she does. I know she does.
Uh,
Oh, goodness. All right. And Dr. Shairi, you are on the right path.
I'm
Absolutely.
trying. I
Absolutely.
am definitely trying.
She says, stay active.
Hmm.
Mhm. Mhm. Agreed. She laughing, OMG. All right. Well, we are at the end of our conversation. So I want to give you an opportunity to give some closing remarks and tell the folks how they can connect with you.
Well, first, I want to thank you, Nicole, for giving me this opportunity to share what I've
Absolutely.
been thinking so very much about. And I really have appreciated your willingness to afford me this time and this space. I think for your audience, let's keep talking. Let's share. Let's support each other. Um, you can reach me at DRMONICACLEE drmonica@gmail.com. My website is drmonicas corner.com. I have educational pieces there. I have the aromatherapy there, and I have the erotica there. The accident cut short a lot of what I wanted to do on social media. So some of the stuff that's there is not current. But as I get better, I want to do more because social media is what's going to drive this new me. And so those are some skills that I am looking to further develop. If anybody knows an intern that would like to work with me on that, please give me a nudge because I think that would help me. But just know that we're not in this world alone.
Yeah.
And from what I'm gathering from the audience, we are people that nurture.
Mm-hmm.
We are people that care. We are in a horrific situation in our world these days,
Yeah.
and we're going to need all the strength that we can muster, all the creativity and the resilience that we can muster, which means we have to be strong and we have to be brave.
Yeah.
And we have to take risks.
Mm-hmm.
So more power to us.
More power to us. Yes. Well, I will say this. You have definitely blessed me tonight with the things that you have said. You are definitely an encouragement. And as I see you navigating uh, your next, it is and to hear you talk about, the things that you have gone through and what you are going through currently, it is very encouraging. So keep on keeping on.
I'll do my
Please
best.
let us know how we may support you, and I know you do, but continue to let us know how we may support you.
Okay.
You're not bothering me. You're not bothering us. So
I
go
know.
ahead and call, text, whatever.
I know.
All right. So
Thank
uh,
you.
you are so welcome. It's my pleasure to have you as my guest tonight. It really is. All right. Kiki, Dr. Hayes, thank you for sharing and being so transparent. Your new journey will be an inspiration to others. Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, yes, yes. Lethea, absolutely. And amen, Dr. Monica. All right. Gloria's takes came in late. I'll catch the replay. All right, that's fine. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you being here. So I hope you all gleaned something from tonight. I think many of you did. uh if you saw something, heard something that you think will benefit somebody else, please share this video. Please, let's keep this conversation going, and let's continue to reinvent ourselves as we deem necessary, right? And not sit on the gifts and talents that God has given us, because the world is waiting on them. we need,
Mm-hmm.
we need all that you have to provide for us, right?
Amen.
So, for those who may be new to this platform, I have to invite you to subscribe to Conversations with Nicole. We are here on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Focus on mental health and wellness, primarily in Black and Brown communities. And so, this was a talk about mental wellness, about physical wellness, about social wellness. We hit a lot of the dimensions tonight, vocational wellness. So, again, very important conversation as we think about, shifts in our world, shifts in our economy, shifts in our vocations and careers and things of that nature. And so this needs to be at the forefront of our minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
hmm Okay, very good. Well, oh, Miss Doris just joined us. She said, I was a little late, but encouraged. Thank you for being here, Miss Doris. All right. All right, good people. Well, Wednesday, I said I was going to mention this at the end. Wednesday, I have Sonia B on. Sonia Benson, the sexologist who was here in Tallahassee, and we will be talking about oral sex. Yes, so Thursday is National Oral Sex Day. And so we will be talking about oral sex, addressing some of the myths and exploring some of the taboo around it all, right? Exploring the taboo. In fact, let me look this up. Yeah, addressing the myths and exploring taboo. So we invite y'all all to come join that conversation on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. We need to be having these conversations, y'all. And y'all don't have to talk about your business, but we need to have these conversations. So at any rate, thank you again, Dr. Monica, so much for being here with me. And I look forward to more conversations in the future.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all later.
Okay.